Hey, I'm Dan, a senior product designer and UX career coach, and today I will talk about the one question that junior UX designers should ask in order to make their lives more easy, simply because it will help you avoid a lot of unnecessary work and tie your work to impact. So basically, the question is, what is good enough? And you can ask different variations of this question, but basically, you want to know how people will measure success and what is the least you need to do in order for your work to be considered a success. And the last part is important because a lot of the times when you think about a solution, you will have a lot of assumptions, so you should really bias for speed, because once you release something, then you will get data that will change the knowledge you have. Maybe you'll learn something new, maybe you'll have to go in a different direction. So this is all to avoid spending too much work on something when you should really just be launching it, measuring, and then learn from that. If you don't ask this question, then you will sometimes not know how to actually solve the problem, and you will not know how to prove that your design actually helped with anything, and you'll just waste a lot of time because you'll try to make things perfect, do things that doesn't really need to be done, and basically you'll just not be an effective designer. So for example, when I was working in the digital checkout of H&M, there was this strange behavior that the POs wanted to fix. They wanted to fix this for a long time. So I was tasked with first understanding this behavior and then fixing it. And basically I found out that people weren't really understanding what was going on. So I had to just make a design that would make things easier to understand. Basically, what the POs knew was they wanted to get rid of this behavior because it wasn't good. And the problem here was they just wanted it to be improved somehow. So I asked them this question: what is good enough? So we discussed about this. When I asked it the first time, one of the POs said, "That's a good question. I'll have to get back to you." So sometimes people don't really think about how to measure the positive impact. So this question will help you and the other people, the product owner, product manager, the team, to decide on how to measure the success. So what we finally decided was good enough was a solution that would reach X in user satisfaction, in usability tests, and also that the time spent would be a certain amount. So this was great. Then I basically just created some different solutions, tested them, and then when we had a solution, it wasn't perfect at all, but it met those criteria, then we basically launched that. If I hadn't asked this question, then I would be making lots of guesses. So for example, maybe I would only base this on user satisfaction. Turned out that time spent was really important for them because it tied quite closely to conversion rate. And if I hadn't asked this question, then I would probably spend too much time on the design because I would be thinking, okay, it has to be super good before I should show this, or before I should ship this design, because I think they have high expectations when maybe they don't. So next time someone is asking you to create a design or solve a problem, ask this question: what is good enough? And it's also useful to keep asking yourself this to make sure that you're focused on what is actually important and not do lots of unnecessary things. Because then you'll stay focused, effective, and a high-performing designer. So if you like that, please give a like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. It really helps this channel. Hey,